So there's a conversation that keeps popping up online, and it always sounds the same. Africans come to America, get degrees, become doctors, engineers, and lawyers. They build businesses, they buy homes, they hustle. And then somebody says, why can't African Americans do the same thing? You all have been here all this time. You've had grants, loans, scholarships, opportunities. What are you doing? And then the other side fires back and says, hold on, immigrants get opportunities we don't get. The system treats them differently. And just like that, we're in a fight. But before we pick sides, let's slow this down a bit because there are facts here. And then there are some assumptions as well. So, first fact, many African immigrants in the United States are highly educated. Nigerians, Ghanaians, Kenyans. Consensus data shows some of the highest degree attainment rates in the country. That's real. But what doesn't quite get said out loud, immigration, at least to the US, is very selective. You don't randomly show up in America on a student visa or a skilled worker visa. You qualify. You're vetted. You often already have an education, English proficiency, financial backing, or professional credentials before you land. So we're not comparing average populations here. We're comparing a pre-selected group of high achievers to a population whose history in this country began with enslavement. That's not really a fair baseline. Now let's deal with the other claim. Are immigrants getting special grants or free money that African Americans can't access? Broadly speaking, no. Federal aid like Pell Grants and student loans are available to citizens and eligible non-citizens. In many cases, new immigrants don't even qualify for certain benefits immediately. Undocumented immigrants definitely don't. So the idea that there's some secret pipeline of government money just flowing to African immigrants over Black Americans doesn't hold up under policy reality. But here's where it gets a bit deeper. African Americans aren't just Americans who didn't try. We are descendants of people who were legally blocked from building generational wealth for centuries. Slavery, black codes, Jim Crow, redlining, exclusion from home loans, underfunded schools, mass incarceration. And if you think about it, that's not even ancient history. Redlining maps existed into the late 60s. Some of your grandparents, definitely my grandparents, were directly affected by that. You can't compare outcomes without comparing starting lines. Now, here is the uncomfortable truth on the other side. Some African immigrant communities place extreme emphasis on professional careers. Doctor, engineer, lawyer, nurse. Failure is not an option. The cultural pressures produce results, but culture doesn't form in a vacuum. African Americans were historically pushed into labor pipelines, not professional pipelines. When you're locked out of universities for generations, your economic patterns evolve differently. That's not laziness. That's